You're officially the leanest guy we've ever measured.
What?
Front lat spread.
Beat him by 0.1. You guys are the two leanest guys.
Wait, I'm what?
Last time we went to a DEXA scan was in 2017. So it's not like it was 6 months ago. So 3 years of difference should be some interesting data. I'm going to be referencing all kinds of stats from the original video, which was back in August 2017. This clinic back in 2017 used the same machine. Pay close attention to this next stat. It's gonna blow your mind.
So body fat is 8.7%, which is under 10%, which is what I thought it would be. It's the lowest I've ever seen it on a professional test.
At 17.4% body fat, which is about average, I think.
But also measures bone mineral density.
Once the DEXA is complete, you'll get to see how much more meat is on our bodies, or less.
Also a little dreadful to see if maybe certain parts, like muscle-wise, have reduced in size, because that's going to be a buzzkill for me.
Were you thinking about that last night?
I've been thinking about it for weeks.
Really?
Yeah, we scheduled this, like, man, you know, I don't know, I used to train differently. I mean, everything's different, so
yeah.
I think it'll be, I think my body fat percentage will be lower, but there might be less muscle in certain parts. I don't know.
Maybe.
You're going to be a winner all around.
Maybe. Dude, what is it called? RMR, resting metabolic rate, which is a little, basal metabolic rate? I'm not sure.
The last time I did that was 2000, and it was like
2000, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I had it done when I was like 16 or something.
Okay. Or
15, and you just breathe into a tube.
Yeah.
It was like, it took like a minute, and it said I burned like 5,000 calories. I was like, that's not right. even as a kid, I was like, that's bullshit. That ain't right.
Yeah, Alabama's not known for their metabolic rate tests.
Cheap little machine at a gym.
See how big your calves are.
I've been working them.
Sell them at a meat shop more. Don't want to say your phone number right now. John, do you feel like you're gonna get offered a fresca right now?
Decorated between a physician's office and your mother going to one of those tchotchke shops and grabbing all the things. Look right there behind you there.
You are fairfully in. Wow.
What'd you get us into this time?
He can't talk. He's breathing for the next 15-20 minutes. When you're laying in bed all day, how many calories are you going to be required to be alive, basically? Dr. Galvin, he is going to help us out and explain some of the data. Nod for how many thousands of calories you believe is your resting metabolic rate. 3,000. Okay.
We can actually figure out how much energy he's burning, like how much horsepower he's generating,
cool,
by looking at the difference between that oxygen level that's taking in and the CO2 going out. And so if we knew how much oxygen you're using, that tells us a lot about your metabolic rate. If we put him on the bike and stress him, the amount of oxygen he uses tells us how efficiently he uses it, means how good shape you're in, basically.
Which we're going to do at a later date, the VO2 max, which is going to be fun. A little bit tougher, but the tough part about this is just you got to stay here for a long period of time. And I'm going to let you do that. Enjoy yourself. Read a book.
All right. I'm going to come back in about 8 minutes. Yeah, I understand everything you're saying. You sound like I don't know, like a toy that's broken. Nod your head once if the nose pinching thing hurts. No. All right. Well, I'll be back in a few minutes, and we're gonna see if it changes. Go away.
All right. His shoulder's too wide for the box.
Yeah. Front relax. Front lat spread. This is actually the most comfortable DEXA bench I've been on.
Is it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's got this sick foam or something. It feels good, man.
Is it? Let me feel.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh,
yeah, I feel that,
nice.
man. I'd stretch on this.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh.
Alright, so steal all his jewelry.
Where your elbows are, if it's even out by like an inch, the machine will just average.
Oh. So I'm trying to squeeze through a tiny door for a long period of time. Yeah. I'm ready. Just tell me when to start squeezing.
We're gonna have to even do more. Like, I think we're gonna do this. Okay, like that, and like
too
this.
big for the DEXA.
I know he's too big. And otherwise, we may need to get some Vaseline for it.
Oh god.
The machine just explodes because you're too wide.
The shoulders are not your weak point.
Yeah. The good news is he's gonna make it.
You don't fit. It's very stressful. I imagine all those videos from Japan, those cats getting stuck in tubes and stuff. You have to rescue them in these creative ways. I don't want to have to be rescued out of a DEXA scanner in some creative way.
I don't know what videos you're referencing, to be honest.
Okay.
His large body barely fit, but it was on there. It looks funny.
Yay, it's a skeleton.
You're officially the leanest guy we've ever measured.
What? Oh, dude, give me the fist bump for that, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
5.1%. That's crazy.
What?
I mean, Chance was our second one. He was like, you're like, what, 6.1?
Yeah.
Damn, Chance.
How am I going to get more conditions for this bodybuilding show if I don't have anything to lose?
Oh, God.
What am I losing here?
Yeah.
That's crazy because like I get bodybuilders all the time that tell me like, oh, I'm at 4%. Like, shit, yeah. 4%. You know,
I
they're
would
usually
have guessed those 10 or 9.
12%.
Yeah.
What?
But like I said, we've only measured in a decade. We've measured about 5 guys who are less than 7%.
Whoa.
Cool.
Okay.
That's a very abnormal measurement.
Hell yeah.
For that, I'm getting some difference.
You might not even, I mean, you're going to get a spray tan for this photo shoot, but your base tan is actually like in here, I could see.
Should I go spray tan tomorrow? You guys vote in the comments.
Cool. Beat him by 0.1. You guys are the 2 leanest guys.
Wait, I'm what?
5.0.
I'm 5.0? I beat him?
You're leaner than me!
It's just the hair.
You're leaner than me! Yeah.
The last time was like, that's...
Yeah!
I think it's, if we look at the stats, a 15% difference or something.
Yeah, I think last time you were much... Wow, well, there we go. How about that? You've been dieting harder than you thought, man.
I guess so.
You're killing it, man.
Nice.
Good job. Very good job. This is awesome.
We're gonna, Dr. Galvin's gonna give us a little bit more information here, and we're gonna compare some stats from the 3 years.
Shameless interruption here. We've got a black sale going on at Jujimufu.com, up to 30% off everything. Look at smelling salts. You're gonna get your books. You're gonna get your flexibility rings, man. They in stock. They pre-order. They're going to be shipping out next week. Incredible. And if you spend $50 plus at gripgenie.com, you get free extensor bands for grip recovery. You get a Grip Genie measuring tape, which is limited edition to measure your arms, your friend's arms, your mom's arms, whoever's arms you want. And this is going on till Monday, November 30th. Thanks for watching the video. You guys are the best.
Dr. Galvin, can I call you Jeff or Jeffrey?
Jeffrey's fine.
Jeffrey?
Whatever.
Cool.
I'll answer anything.
So when we first did the RMR, you said John's case was rather unique?
Yeah, John's daily caloric expenditure is high because he's so muscular. And so if we look at the numbers, to that we add some calories for lifestyle. That's getting up, walking around, doing the things you normally do, and then whatever exercise you normally do. And so just lying in bed for 24 hours, he's going to burn 3,917 calories, which is a lot. And that's because he's got so much muscle. And muscle, like this is, this 10 pounds of muscle right here is a lot more metabolically active than this 10 pounds of fat. So this is going to burn a lot more energy. And so since he's got a lot of it, his energy expenditure is high. So all day long, he's going to burn about 5,200 calories. And that's why you're hungry all the time.
Yeah.
Explains it. Metabolism expectedly is quite fast. He's 79% higher than we would expect for a normal guy his size. Because most guys that are, 5'10", 235, or whatever he is, are fat.
Sure.
And this, like I said, doesn't burn a lot of energy, but this does, and he's all muscle.
So crazy.
And so his respiratory exchange ratio is 0.85. So, and expelling 476 milliliters of CO2. And from that, we can calculate that about half, 50.7% of the energy he's using when he's fasting is from carbohydrates, and about half is from fat. About 465 grams of carbs, 212 grams of fat a day, so roughly. So that's some interesting data.
Is that average to be 50-50 or?
People that are doing like a ketogenic diet, they're going to be 100% fat or 95% fat. People that are doing, a chocolate chip cookie and white bread diet are going to be 100% carbohydrate. Everybody's a little bit different. You really like to see, for maintenance, to be somewhere in the middle, right? So that 50-50 ratio is pretty good if you're not training for a particular goal or you're trying to maintain muscle mass and things like that. Weight loss is our goal, then we're going to try to move those numbers so we're burning more fat. 5.1% body fat, which before some other guy was the lowest we've measured.
5, damn.
So that 5.1% body fat translates into, as we move from left to right,
Okay.
he has a total tissue density of about 234 pounds, but we have about 11.94 pounds of fat, 222 pounds of lean mass. Now, lean mass is muscle and organs, and then about 9.27 pounds of muscle. But his corpse would weigh 231 pounds.
So, Tom, in terms of which class I'm going to be entering in the bodybuilding competition, I don't think I'm going to make the cutoff for classic because I'll be dead.
You die, yeah.
I would be dead if I tried to make
You'd
that
be
weight
0%,
cutoff.
yep.
Yeah.
And he has, you know, the majority of his fat is actually in the hips, not the belly. That's not
Really?
normal
Like my
for
butt?
guys.
Like right
Because
here?
you got none, that's why.
Yeah.
Body fat. So you're 4.8% in the belly, 5.4% in the hips. Normally men have a ratio above 1, usually more belly fat than hip fat. But when you're as
Interesting.
lean as the two of you are, you're not going to see that.
Huh.
It's going to be a little weird.
Okay.
But unfortunately, he's morbidly obese. BMI is something that we don't really use in this clinic because it's a horrible measure. If you happen to be like John, where you're a very, very muscular guy, you're going to weigh a lot, and so when we look at his BMI, he's morbidly obese. He's 5.1% body fat. Obesity for men is defined as above 30%. Overweight is between 25 and 30%. Normal is 25% or less, and you're at 5.1. So he's very, very lean. And then also we get a general idea of what his bone density is, about 18.4 pounds of muscle. Now we know that, remember, lean is muscle or organs, but we know that there are no organs in the arm, so there has to be muscle. If we look at his right arm, he's about almost 16 pounds. So he's got a little bit of a disconnect between both arms. His left leg is 37.36, and his right leg is 37.28. So he's pretty symmetric there. His visceral fat is that fat that sits, inside the abdominal cavity around the organs, and this inside the belly cavity is very dangerous, especially if you have more than 32 pounds of it. Is essentially 5 pounds, which is significantly less than 32. So
Right.
no worries there. This blue area is where we expect it to be. This black box is where he really is. And we would expect it because he does a lot of weight training. Bone density is excellent. He's never going to develop osteoporosis.
Cool. Feel good about that?
Yeah, I feel great about it. This is awesome. I'm just trying to figure out what that means in terms of dieting down for my bodybuilding competition. But
I think it's going to be hard to go much lower than that.
Yeah.
but it can be done, right?
I mean, just not really.
Okay, so what's the heaviest person you've had in here, like body fat percentage-wise?
We see women, mostly, it's usually women from yo-yo dieting, because what happens is, one of the great uses of this tool is that, for a lot of people, they fail in their diets because they don't see the scale move. And I think I told you before, I don't care what you weigh. All I care about is this, because weight is irrelevant. We can lower body fat percentage by losing fat, and our weight will drop. We can also lower body fat percentage by adding muscle. In that case, our weight will go up. We'll get excited. They want to start losing weight. They start exercising and eating right. And what do they start doing? They start losing fat and gaining muscle. But the scale doesn't move because they lose 5 pounds of fat. They gain 5 pounds of muscle. They made a 10-pound change, but they can't see it on the scale. And they get frustrated. And what do? They stop. They could have been doing really well. They give up too early. In terms of your competition, you're going to dehydrate. Everything is going to become more visible. So dehydration, though, since water is distributed pretty equally between fat and lean, is not going to change your body fat percentage much. So I don't think you're going to drop your body. There's no physical way probably to go much lower than that. Okay. But the key thing when you hit your competition is your hydration status.
He's going to be dried out.
Final cut, and that's going to kind of pop you.
Okay. Well, good. Let's see my things.
Yep. So you can see that, Tom, you burn half. Okay.
That makes
So
sense.
John is two. John is Tom times 2.
I eat about twice as much as you when we're at maintenance. Now,
Yes.
You've been cutting super hard, so your maintenance zone over there I mean, you're eating not in your maintenance zone.
But you also stated, Jeff, that the calories aren't necessarily the total
it's
truth.
not something we really look at, because calories in and calories out. We've always said, eat less and exercise more, and it turns out that does not really work very well for weight loss. Now, when you're training for a competition, the what we look at, what we do differs. So what you guys are doing is a little bit different than somebody were to come in and say, hey, listen, I want to lose some weight. I've got diabetes. I want to fix that. We're going to do things a little bit differently. When you're training, it's really about, optimizing what you're doing for the results you're going after. So in terms of your numbers here, your energy you burn if you were just laying in bed for 24 hours is about 2,000 calories.
Okay.
Then we add in sort of the activities of daily life, exercise. We add on about 600 or 700 more calories. So your resting or your total energy output for an average day is about 2,700 calories. Your metabolism is on the fast side. You're about 18% higher than we would predict based on your age and everything else.
Cool.
He has been on a deficit, so he's hungry all the time because he's eating less. Does that mean that his metabolic rate would be lower when he tests this?
Well, it could be, although he's training like you guys are fit enough that you're not going to take the big metabolic hit that somebody else who just is like restrictive dieting is doing. And that's why restrictive diets don't work for the majority of people, is because your body compensates by lowering your metabolism. You're doing other things that may well boost metabolism, but generally the concern is when you drop caloric intake, one of the compensatory mechanisms is to lower your metabolic rate. 9-1, you're burning about 289 milliliters of oxygen.
Okay.
You're inspiring and you're expressing 262 milliliters of CO2, which translates into, right now, you're getting about 71% of your energy when you're fasting from carbs and about 29% from fat.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa, what's that mean then?
So, he's basically more of a carbohydrate burner.
There you go.
I think that, given your body type and what we found in the that's what works for you. And that's why people are like, you have to do keto, you have to do Mediterranean, you have to do X, Y. No, you have to do what's right for your body, for your genetics. So everybody's individually different. The trick is to find out what works well for you. And in your case, you're more, you need more carbohydrates. Somebody else might need, far fewer carbohydrates. And if they get that much carbohydrates, they're going to add fat. But in your case, that's not what we're seeing.
Cool. The DEXA, all right.
So the DEXA, for you beat John by 0.1%.
I don't. That's crazy.
Which are, as I told you guys, are two of the leanest measurements we've ever had.
Luckily, we made a bet on this.
You're in the not percentile, meaning that 100% of the population has more body fat than you do.
Okay, cool.
As we move across, the machine calculated at 159, but this is just a calculation, and this is actually pretty accurate. 0.5 pounds of body fat.
Wow.
144 pounds of lean mass, meaning muscle and organs together, and 7.82 pounds of bone mass. We stripped every ounce of fat from you. You weigh 152 pounds and be dead.
Cool.
But you only weigh 159. So
yeah.
You're nearly dead, man.
Oh, man.
Do you feel like you're dying?
No, I feel pretty good. I had a lot of carbs yesterday.
Awesome. Get us close.
When you get this lean, we do kind of what we expect. Normally, men have got more belly fat. That's the android fat. Fat. You guys are both a little bit more towards the hip end of things because you're both so lean. The interesting thing, though, is look at your body composition.
Oh, bro.
You are a very lean
guy.
You gotta lose some weight.
In sense, is morbidly obese, yet your body fat percentage is essentially identical. And that's why BMI is such a terrible.
I love BMI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BMI is your friend. 8.36 pounds of muscle in your left arm, 9.08 in your right arm. Your left leg is 24.59. Your right leg is 22.98. You've got your visceral fat, which you're going to take 3.5 pounds of visceral fat. And again, we worry when it gets above 32 pounds.
Okay.
And we would expect it to be in this range. range, and you're well above that. We do a lot of hormone replacement. What we find is women, have a precipitous drop in bone density when they hit menopause. But if we do things like estrogen replacement, strength training, vitamin D, we generally see an increase of bone density to 2 to 3%. So we can reverse osteoporosis, osteopenia in women by understanding physiology and doing the right things.
Well, thanks for your time.
Oh, my pleasure.
I appreciate it. If you're in the Charlotte area and you want to get your DEXA done, Vitality is, you got everything here too. You have DEXA.
We do VO2 max testing. We do executive concierge like physicals, advanced genetics, advanced lab work. We do a lot of cutting edge things, peptide therapy, growth hormone, hormone replacement, weight loss. We do it all.
Cool. Well, we're going to come back and do some more advanced tests in the future.
We're going to get all the tests done. And then,
yeah, VO2 definitely, but some other genetic stuff and will be cool. But
cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of stats and facts.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, I got to shave my body in the next video.
All right, I'm going to be in the video too. I'm going to shave your back.
He's shaving my back,
Who's
not
shaving
my
your
whole
back?
body.
I'm shaving
the other parts of my body.
Sam, you want to shave his back? Doctor, do you want to shave his back?
No, I'll pass.